Should they be starting Fields?
Absolutely. Justin Fields should have been starting from week one. Simply put, Molly, this offense has the chance to be better with Justin Fields than it does Andy Dalton. And that's my thing. Is Andy Dalton a better quarterback right now than Justin Fields? Maybe because of his experience. But what quarterback gives the offense the chance to be better? And that's Justin Fields. And if you watch this team offensively through 2 weeks, one, the scheme has actually been better than I had anticipated. Two, the offensive line has not been nearly as disastrous as we thought. And then going back to when Justin Fields played last week, I thought he played really well. Dropped a touchdown pass from Allen Robinson, a couple misses to Mooney that just go off his fingertips. And I watched a young man that we had heard out of Chicago multiple times over the past couple weeks. People say, well, he's not ready. He's not ready. He's not ready. And I'm watching the tape going, what tells me he's not ready? He's incredibly athletic. He escapes on 3rd and 9. He rips away from a defensive end that's 260 pounds. Andy Dalton can't do that for this offense. He's got 3 misses away, dropped passes away from being 10 of 13 as a passer. I think this is a no-brainer, and there's ways that Matt Nagy can handle this offense on Sunday that we will see a Bears offense that we have not seen since he became their head coach.
Okay, you already lost the argument before I even got started with the last point that you made about Matt Nagy. You got to be giving me a break. First of all, don't let me pull up tapes of you on NFL Live and other places talking about Matt Nagy. You haven't been his biggest fan, so let's stop that right there. So let's stop that right there. Don't all of a sudden act like, oh my goodness,
but
this
that's
guy
my
right
first
here.
point.
Excuse me, Zip it. It's my turn now. It's my turn, Dan Orlovsky. UConn Husky. Fall back.
Whoa.
That's right.
You fall
back right now, Dan Orlovsky.
Okay.
You're not the biggest Matt Nagy fan, okay? So let's get that out of the way first. Secondly, let's not be disingenuous to the American public here. As far as I'm concerned, the global public, because we're watched everywhere. Here's the reality of the situation, Dan Orlovsky. We're not talking about whether or not Justin Fields should be the starting quarterback for the Chicago Bears. We all know this is an inevitability. This is something that's going to happen, whether Andy Dalton is healthy or not. Okay. At the very latest, by week 6, we can't see somebody other than Justin Fields starting for this franchise. The question really is about, should this dude be starting this week? Against Myles Garrett, against Jadeveon Clowney, these are the kind of things that I'm thinking about when I'm thinking about Justin Fields. My position has always been start him after week 4. Let him get his bearings under him. You get your offensive line together. I'll give it to you. They haven't been nearly as awful as predicted. They came into the season, a lot of people had expectations about them to be pretty porous, and that hasn't been the case. They've got the 8th-ranked rushing attack, so clearly they know how to run block. Now they're 31st against the pass, but that's really about who's your quarterback and potentially who's your play caller. Nevertheless, when you've got all of those question marks right there, and you're going up against Cleveland in his first start, that's my trepidation, Dan Orlovsky. I'm just simply saying, can we get through Cleveland and then hand him the reins for his first job going up against the Detroit Lions the following week? I like those prospects rather than throwing them into the Lions' den against the Cleveland Browns this Sunday. That's all I'm saying, Dan. There's nothing wrong with that.
Yeah, first of all, let's be very careful how we talk about our Lions, my Lions specifically. We don't got to denigrate them on national. Yeah, we ain't got to take shots. We ain't got to take shots at the Lions.
Don't take the shade at the Motor City.
Yeah, exactly. I'm with you on the understand. I have not been a big fan with Matt Nagy in relation to how he handled Mitchell Trubisky. I'll go on national television right now and tell you that if Matt Nagy takes kind of the Baltimore offense, the Eagles offense, and the Green Bay offense, and he puts them all together and he makes a baby, I'll be on national television on Monday singing his praises. I will come on and say,
You're making me laugh.
But that's what he's got to do, Stephen A.
So in other words, something he's never done. Suddenly he's going to do week 1 with Justin Fields as his quarterback. Week 1?
He's going to watch First Take on Thursday, and he's going to see that's what he has to do, and he's going to do it. But here's my thing. You talk about can we not do it against the Browns? Stephen A., the next 5 games, he's got to play Pittsburgh. He's got to play San Francisco. He's got to play the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. I mean, at some point, we got to take the little kid pants on and put on the big boy pants.
Yeah, but you started
the NFL.
Excuse me. Did you walk before you crawled? No, you crawled before you walk. And what I'm trying to say is that the Detroit Lions are crawling, okay? The Cleveland Browns, that's damn near sprint for crying out loud. I'm looking at Cleveland. And then after Cleveland, you got Detroit, okay? Then after that, you got a road game against the Raiders. You got a home game against the Packers. You got a road game against Tampa Bay. All I'm trying to say is that, excuse me, listen, fine, because guess what? If you're going up against Detroit, you can get the confidence necessary. That's my thing. What is Nick Foles there for? What is the reason? What is the purpose for him being there for? You're paying him, ain't he? Ain't he a Super Bowl champion?
Because you can't move his contract.
I understand that. But listen, he's not a scrub. He's no different than Andy Dalton. And as far as I'm concerned, if you were willing to put Andy Dalton in the lineup, you should be willing to put Foles in the lineup. What's wrong with that thinking?
I'll ask you this. In your opinion, this week against the Cleveland Browns, who gives the Bears the best chance to win the football game? Take we don't want to put somebody into this team. Who gives the Bears the best chance to win the game? Justin Fields or Nick Foles?
Wow. You know what? I can honestly sit up there and say to you, it might be Foles. It might. What? I don't know. But let me tell you why. Because if I'm Justin Fields, I got to rely on two things. His accuracy as a thrower, which obviously in fairness to him, he hasn't had an opportunity to really show us yet because last week was not the greatest litmus test in the world once Andy Dalton went down, and we understand that. But I have to combine that with Matt Nagy. And what I'm thinking about with Nagy, excuse me, Foles has been there longer. There's a level of chemistry he does have with that particular coach. He does know the offense. He is a veteran. Does he have the ability of Justin Fields? Hell no. Can he scramble like Justin Fields? Hell no. But if one thing we can say about Nick Foles, we can say this. He does come in under adverse circumstances and delivers then. The problem is he's got what I call a Fitzpatrick syndrome. When you rely on him long term, he's not your dude. But if you need him in a clutch moment, he can deliver for you for a game or two or four. Nick Foles has shown he can do that. I have no problem with it. Thanks for watching ESPN on YouTube. For live streaming, sports, and premium content, subscribe to ESPN+.